So good evening. So today we are going to see about fundamental data types versus mutability and immutability. Mutability and immutability. Okay. So first, before going to this concept, I will explain about what is meant by mutability and what is meant by immutability. So let us consider, for example, I am going to take okay. Now see here, I am going to take a equal to 10. So here, what is the a value? 10. What is the type of a? Type of a is int. Okay, so now if I want to store one more value that is equal to a equal to 15, can I change the value of a or not? Okay, the concept is what? Mutability and immutability is nothing but once if you are going to create, for example, here I will show you. Once if you are going to create, 1 minute. Okay, once if you are going to create any variable, for example, internally what happens in our Python, everything is a what? An object. So internally some space is going to be created for that. The name of this one is what? A, for example. So what is the value for it? 10. Now mutability means, mutability and immutability means, once if you are going to create any object, can we change the value of a here? For example, if I'm going to change a is a equal to 15, now the address of this one is 2568, for example. So if I can change the value here itself, 15, for example, that means a can be said as set as mutability. Okay, that means if I can change the value of that object, I can call it as what? Mutability. Let us consider, if you are unable to change the value of an object, then we are going to call it as what? Immutability. Okay, once if we are going to create an object, we can't perform any changes in that object. That concept is called as what? Immutability. If you are trying to change, then a new object will be created. Okay, let us see this concept. So once I'm going to brief the concept, that is what? If you are going to change, if you are able to change the type, that means value of a particular object, that concept is called as what? Mutability. Now I am going to tell you about immutability. Immutability means what? We cannot change the value of an object. So let us see that examples. Here we should talk only about immutability. Reason is our all fundamental data types are immutable, so we should only talk about immutability. Okay, I will show you clearly. Now see here, I want to see the address of a, for example, id of a. So it is going to give me some address. Okay, next I'm going to create one more value for a. That means what? I'm going to change the value. So here what happens? It is also type of int. Now I want to see the address of this a. Okay, now see, his address is same, the addresses are different. That means what? Initially when I'm going to create a value, see here, I will write once again. Initially when I create a equal to 10, in some address it has created some object, some x address. Okay, now when I'm going to change the a value to 15, it will not change here, it will not change here. But if you're going to consider any other programming languages, if you're going to create, for example, int a equal to 10, what happens? It is going to create a and here some address will be there, some x, for example. In this way we are going to have, whenever we are going to modify this value a equal 25, then it is going to override here itself, the address will be same. When a value equal to 10, the address is same, and when we are going to change a value as 25 also, the address is same. But here in our Python, if you are going to create a variable with a equal to 10, let us consider I'm having some address in this way, and if you are going to change the value of a as 15, then it is not going to override this value. It is going to create one more object, and there it is going to store the value as 15. Here the address may be some y. Okay, so now let us check this one. This concept is called as what? Immutability. That means what? Once if you are going to create any object, let us consider this object is created, the value in this will not be changed. If you are going to change the value of a, then separately one more object will be created. This concept is called as what? Immutability. Okay, so our all data types, that is what, all fundamental data types in Python are immutable, or what? Immutable. That means what? If you are going to create a new object, for example, here what is the value of a? 10. For a value, if I am going to change the value, automatically the value will not be overridden here. It is wrong. It is going to create one more object, and a, till now a is referring this object. Now a will not refer to this object, a is going to refer to new object. Okay, right. So we will see few more objects, few more examples, so that you can understand clearly. So you may get some doubts here. Okay, I will clarify that one. So see here, from a equal to 10. So in this way the object is going to be created. For example, here some address 141232 and so on, some address is there. Now I'm going to create a equal to 15. After this statement, I'm going to write this statement. Now what happens here? One more new object is going to be created with value 5. What about the name of this variable? A. That identifier is what? A. But already a is pointing to this object. Now what happens? Now the new variable is created for this. The new object is allocated for this a. Then what happens? Automatically this is pointing to this one now. So this object is not pointing by anyone, so it will be deleted or destroyed by garbage collector. Okay, who is that? Garbage collector. It is very important. So later we will see about this garbage collector concept. So if you know the concepts of Java, there also we are having the concept of garbage collector. In the same way we are having what? Garbage collector in our Python also. So to understand the concept of garbage collector, I will give a small example. For example, this is one table in our house, for example. Okay, in this I am going to place one lace packet. What is that? Lace packet. Okay, so for example, our maid has come to our house for cleaning. Maid has come to our house for cleaning. So now tell me, will he remove this lace packet from the table or not? He will not remove, because it is a new packet. That means what? It is not used. Okay, it is not used now. Okay, so after, for example, this is an empty packet. Now let us consider this is an empty packet. So already lace are completed and this is an empty packet. What this maid will do? Maid will do, he is going to remove this packet here. That means what? It is useless. Now it is what? After eating, it is what? Useless. So useless things will be removed by whom? Maid. Okay, we will call him as a Paniman Chantangada. So that maid is going to remove this packet. That means what? In the same way, here they are going to remove waste. Okay, those who are removing the waste, those are called as what? We can call that waste as a garbage. So those who are collecting the waste, those are called as what? Garbage collectors. So this is our real-time example. If we consider in our Python, we can consider what? Useless things. That means what? Now A is pointing to this one. This is useless now. No one are using it. So if no one are using it, what happens? Your garbage collector is going to collect that memory. Collecting that memory means what? It is going to free this one. Then this memory location can be used by any other variables. Okay, so one thing you have to understand is what? The task of garbage collector is, it is going to remove the memory for useless things. Okay, useless, that means what? Here whenever we are going to make a equal to 15, now a will be pointed to this one. That means what? This is not pointing by, this object is not pointing by any of the variable, that is what identifiers. So any of the references. So what happens? It is eligible for garbage collector. Every useless object is eligible for garbage collector. Okay, right? We will see about garbage collector in detail later. Now, so this is one concept. Here you can observe what immutability you have to observe here. Now I want to show you. I will take only one variable. So here I am going to consider a equal to 10. So you have to observe clearly here. Okay, very important thing. So ID of a I am going to consider. So see, here we are having, you have to observe this one. Here I am having what? 1414113344. Same address is given here. Why it is given, I will explain later. Now B equal to, for example, 10. So what will be the address of B here? Now it is the point you have to observe here. ID of B. See here, these two are same. You can observe clearly, these two are same. Again, I will take some C equal to 10. So check this, the address of C. Again, it is also same. That means you have to observe one thing, that if same content is stored in the variables, then every time the reference is given to only one memory location. Okay, again I'm repeating the same thing. If same content or value is repeatedly given every time for the variables, then only one memory location is going to be referred by all the variables. Now here I am going to consider example. So a equal to 10 I have taken. What happens? One memory location is going to be created and the value is 10, and it is going to be referred by a. Again I am going to do what? B equal to 10. In our Python, here it is going to be used the same location. Next C equal to 10. Again already the value is available. So that here I am going to take the same location is going to be referred by C also. Okay, this is very important point. So sir, until how many values it is going to refer, I will discuss. Right here and up to here you have to understand. That means what? If you are going to take same type of value, that means A equal to 10, B equal to 10, C equal to 10. So if the same value is repeatedly taken, then automatically every reference is going to point to same memory location. Okay, same memory location. Generally in other languages like C and C++ and Java, what happens if I write in this way also, what it will be happen? So A 10, B 10, separate locations are going to be created in other C, C++ and Java. Okay, the address will be some 1028, for example. This is 2342, for example. In this way, separate memory locations are going to be used in other languages. But in our Python, same, if the value is same, then automatically all the variables are going, all the variables are going to refer to the same memory location. So here you can understand what memory utilization is high. Very important word. Memory utilization is high. That means what? I am utilizing the memory very effectively without wasting the memory. Okay, right. Now one more point here. Okay, here I'm going to take the value 10 here in this way. Here it is referred by A, it is referring by B, it is referring by C. Now I want to change the value of A. For example, I want to change the value of A to 15, but A is pointing to what? 10. Then what happens? So I'm not going to remove the references of B and C, just I am changing the value of A. Then what happens? Separate one object will be created here in this way, and this A will be pointed to here, and this will not be, sorry, this reference is going to be removed. Now tell me that will this object is going to be removed? It is not going to remove, because B and C are going to point to this object. That means what? This 10 is using by this B and C. Okay, let us consider again. I am going to change the value of B as 20, for example. Then what happens? Separate object will be created for B, and B will be point to this 20, and here B reference is going to be removed. Now let us consider I am changing the value of C also. C as 15, for example. Then what happens? The C will already 15 is available here, so it is going to point to 15. Now here if you see here, it is this reference is going, this link is going to be removed. Now is 10 is used by any of the references? No, it is not using by any of the references. That means what? Now it becomes what? Useless. It becomes useless. So automatically who will come? Garbage collector will come and he will remove that memory. Okay, he will free that memory, right? This is the point you have to understand. So if three objects, once again I'm repeating, if three references are pointing to the same object, if A is, let us remove these things. Okay, let us take A is going to I'm going to allocate A value as 15, then the value of A only will be changed, okay, but B and C value will be 10 only. Okay, this has to be understood. Some people will think like, so if I'm changing A value, then what happens? A value is 10. In this way, it is not going to be modified. A new object will be created here. New object will be created and A will be pointed to that object. It is not going to be happen. And B and C are going to B and C are pointing to the same 10. Okay, right. Now let us see once again. So here we have seen the addresses. Sir, without seeing this address, can't I find whether both addresses are same or not? Let us see. So here I'm going to take x equal to some 26 and y equal to 26. So what happens? I know that the internal addresses for these x and y will be same because x value is 26, y value is 26. Both will be point to the same memory location. I know that. So to find whether those are same or not, the addresses of x and y is same or not, is there any operator? Yes, we are having one operator called as is operator. Operator name is is. So is a operator which tells whether the address of x and address of y are same or not. If I press enter, see, it is going to give me what? True. That means what? The address of x, let us see whether those are same or not. Address of x and address of, I want to see address of y. So see, both are same, so that the output is what? True. For example, I am going to take z value, z equal to 29 I have taken. Now I want to check the whether x is same as y z or not. So we are going to get what? False, because what? The memory location of x is different, the memory location of z is different. Let us see whether it is different or not. Yes, it is different. Okay, right. Now here we have to understand one point, that if we are going to have the same content for different variables, different memory locations will not be created. It will point to only, all the references will point to only one object. Okay, that means in our Python, memory utilization will be high, right? Now I'm going to take the same example for the Boolean type. This is about integer types. Let us take about Boolean type. Some, okay, I am taking a equal to true, a equal to true and b equal to true. Now let us check whether a is same as a's address is same as b's address or not. So true, that means what? The address of, see here, I'm going to check id of a. What is the id of a? Some address it is going to give me. I will check id of b also, id of b. So addresses are same. Okay, next one is what? I will take some c equal to false, for example, c equal to false. Now I want to check whether a and b and c are same or not. B and c, so no, those are not same, because true is different value and false is different value. So if I take d equal to, once again, false, for example, then what happens? I will check for c is d or not. Okay, it is true. Okay, that means what happens? Same concept what we have seen for integers, it will be applicable for your Boolean type also. If I am going to create a equal to true, so it is going to point to an object which is having true. If I am going to write b equal to true, once again, it is pointing to same memory location, okay, where a is pointed. Next is, if I am going to write c equal to, for example, false. Okay, right. If I'm going to write c equal to false, right, 1 minute. Yes, we can see it. Okay, I will show you that. Right, now see here what happens. I will take c equal to false, for example. So here I'm going to take what? C equal to false. One object is going to be created. Next, I'm going to take D equal to false. That means what? It is pointing to this one. Okay, right. This is about Boolean type. So now let us see about, I'm going to take one more thing, that is E equal to false, for example. E equal to false. Here I am going to consider what? C is D or not and is E or not. Okay, that means what? First it will check C is D or not. If it is true, enter condition is that the condition, this particular C is D is true, and again it will check for E. So I will show you C is D or not, is A or not. That is what, for example, okay, is A or not. Otherwise, I will take, okay, I will take A. C and D are what? Here you can observe C is false, D is false. So first C is D is going to give you what? False. False is A is what? True. Okay. Now see, it is going to give you what? False. That means it will check all the three things. First, it is going to check what? Whether C's address and D's address is same or not. Is it same or not? See here, you can find out. Yes, true. It is going to give me true. And it is going to check with A. This address is same as this address or not? No. One condition is going to be failed. If at least one condition is going to be failed, remaining all other conditions are going to be, entire thing is going to be false. Okay. Now, this is about what we can say, reusing the same object. Here, one important point I want to discuss. That is, sir, you are taking A equal to 10, A equal to 20, A equal to 30. Why you are not going to take larger values? If you are going to take larger values, what happens? So what happens means, if I take A value or some value up to, for example, 254, I am taking. B equal to 254 I am taking, and I am check A is B, then I am going to get answer as true. I will show you now. So I'm going to take what? A equal to 254. You have to observe this clearly. Okay, A is B. Yes, true, no problem. Again I'm changing the value. A equal to 255, B equal to 255. A is B or not, I am going to check. Yes, true. Now see carefully. A equal to 256 I am taking, B equal to 256 I am taking. Now A is B or not? True. Now last one, A equal to 257, B equal to 257. Now check whether A is B or not. It is not. Reason I will explain. Okay. So see, this is one object. For example, the object contains some 10 value. So if anyone takes it takes 10 value, then automatically all those things are referring to this same memory location. So this reusing of same object concept is applicable only for most, that means what, generally used numbers. So generally used numbers are nothing but they have considered those generally used numbers are from for example 0 to 256. Okay, they have considered it as what, 0 to 256, up to 256. Okay, that means what, if you take 0 to 256 values, if you're not, automatically while your program is going to start the execution, initially only objects are there in your memory. Okay, let us consider these are all objects up to where you are going to have, this is object was 0 1 2 3 and so on. I am going to objects up to 256. While I am going to start the program, these objects will be created internally. So whenever you are going to write, for example, A equal to 10, so automatically A is going to point to, for example, this is 10, it is going to point to this one. B equal to 10, again B is also pointing to this one. Already the objects from 0 to 256 will be created initially. Okay, then what about after 256? So if we want to create any object after 257, the value after 257 value, what happens means, if I write 254 here, B is what, for example 257, C is 257, for example, these two are same, then what happens means B is created in this, because this is not available internally, so here C is created separately. So I will show you the addresses also. In this way it is going to be created. But if you are going to consider the values from 0 to 256, what happens means, that is, let us take here D I am taking 254. Then what happens, already here one object is there for A, 254 is there. Whenever you are going to write D equal to 254, the D also will be pointed to same memory location. So the reusing of the same object, that means what, this object is what, reused by A and D. This reusing concept will be applicable only for the values ranges from 0 to 256. So I will take the example for this. Already I have taken A equal to 257 and B equal to 257. I want to see the addresses. Okay, ID of A, some address is given. ID of B, some other address is given. Okay, that means what, these two are different. I will take some larger value. For example, A equal to 23656, for example. Enter. I am going to take B value also same, 23656. Let us see whether those are equal or not. That means what, the address of those are equal or not. Okay, see this one, the addresses are different. So you have to understand this one. Only reusability of same object is applicable only for 0 to 256 in integers. Now let us come back to our Boolean type. Boolean type means what happens in Boolean? So in Boolean also, initially while we are going to start the program, okay, initially two objects will be created for Boolean. One is true, another one is false. Okay, I will show you the difference also. Okay, sir, how you can say these are going to be created while starting the program only? I will show you. So A equal to true, for example. Okay, so A will be pointed to this one. B is also true, for example. So B is also pointed to this one. C equal to false. Already some object is there. So C will be pointed to this one. D equal to false, I am going to write. So D will be pointed to this one, for example. Now I will show you the addresses so that you can find some difference here. Okay, C false and D equal to false, for example. So I'm going to show you D equal to, sorry, ID of C I'm going to show you. Okay, and I will show you ID of D, sorry, ID of, okay, D. See here, when you observe, see these cases, when you are going to see ID of C and ID of D, the addresses are starting from 141. But if you're going to see I will show you the initial values. See here. Here also, when you're going to take the value Z equal to 29 or 26, the address starts from 1414. So when you are going to take some other value where reusing concept is not applicable, there the addresses are going to start from 34. That means what? Already when we are going to start the program for Python related things, one memory location is created. So we are going to get the addresses from that location only. Okay, but if you're going to create a new thing, the addresses will be different. By default addresses are here. Okay, so that you are going to get these things only. So tell me, by default for integers, how many objects are going to be created initially? 0 to 256. So on, it will created while starting the program only, when your PVM is starting. Okay, next, what about Boolean type? So two objects will be created for those Boolean types also, true or false, or true and false. So whenever you are going to read this statement, already that object is present, so A will be pointed to this one. So whenever you are going to write this one, B will be, already it is present, B will be pointed. So whenever you are going to write this one, so already false object is present, so it is pointing to this one, and also for D it is pointing to this one. In the same way, if you are going to take the values of integer 0 to 256, what happens? While if you are going to create A equal to 10, already 10 object is present here. Okay, so that is 10, A is going to point to this one. For example, A equal to some 786, for example. So what happens? Is this object is present internally? No. Then what happens? Separately it will be created. Okay, so what happens? A is pointing, already the object is not present. So I will show you clearly that the addresses will be nearby. A equal to 10. See this ID of A. You can observe what, some 1414113344. I will take ID of sorry, for example, I am going to take B equal to 11. I am going to take. So ID of 11 I am going to take. So see, you can observe nearly it is 44, it is 60. Okay, you can observe if I take C value equal to 12, for example. See, ID of C you can observe. So what happens? Nearby only. So the difference also you can clearly observe. So the difference between these two, is what? 16. This is somewhat different. Okay, that means what? Nearby only. All these addresses looks like similar, but last two values are going to be changed. That means all are located in the same location nearby. If I am going to take some D equal to 250, okay, some value. Now I will check the address for this one, ID of D. See, can I relate these two? No, this is somewhere else, these are somewhere else. So these are what already inbuilt, so that all locations are nearby. Okay, this is what we are going to create at runtime. Okay, so the address is somewhat different. So reusing concept can be applicable for what? Only in if you are going to consider integers, it is only from 0 to 256. And if you are going to consider reusability concept for float, it is applicable for both true and false. So now I will discuss about float. So here reusability concept, reusability is applicable for int, and we have seen for boolean. Okay, boolean types, bool types. Now what about float type? Reusability for float is not applicable. Okay, so what is the reason here? Okay, reason is if you are going to consider boolean, so what is the reusability components? Objects are the 0 to 256, no problem. But if you're going for boolean, there are only two values, true and false, we know that. But if I consider floating point numbers, for example, I will take a small number 2.5, otherwise 2.50000, for example, I'm taking this value. Can I take 5 this value? Yes, I can take. Can I take this value? Yes, I can take. That means if you consider, for example, 0.02, 0.1, how many values can be there? For example, I am going to take 0.000000001 and also 0.0000002. How many can be there? There will be infinite number of values can be taken between 0.0 to 0.1. So that means what? These many objects by default cannot be created. So that reusability concept is not applicable for floating point numbers. If we consider 0 to 1, how many values are there? For 0, one object can be created. For 1, one object can be created. But if I consider 0.02, 0.1, how many values can be created? Infinite values can be created. So here reusability concept is not applicable for floating point types. Okay. Next, let us see about complex numbers. What is meant by complex numbers? Complex numbers are nothing but what? In complex numbers also we are using float type. So see, there is a rule what? For real part and imaginary part we can use this floating point numbers. So automatically your complex numbers we cannot use these as reusable. That means reusability concept is not applicable for complex also. So let us see the examples for this one. Okay, so see here, x equal to, I am going to consider 10.0. Same value I am going to take y equal to 10.0. So let us check whether x is y or not. No, that means what? For x separate 10.0 object is created, for y separate 10.0 object is created. That means what? For floating point numbers or types, reusing concept is not applicable. Now I will take complex numbers also. X equal to some 10 plus 20j and y equal to same value I will take 10 plus 20j. Now I want to check whether x is having same address of y or not. X is y, so false. Why it is false? That means what? Reusability concept is not applicable for complex type of numbers. Okay, so I'm going to okay, I have discussed about int, float, complex type, and also boolean. Remaining type is what? String type. So for string type, generally internally we are not having any objects that are created for a strings. Here for Boolean we are having how many, what we can say, objects are created at while starting the program. For Boolean 2, those are nothing but true or false, true and false. What about int? So 0 to 256 objects will be created. Next, what about float and we can say complex? So these two are not applicable for reusability, so we should not talk about this one. Then what about str? Str means what? String type. Here by default we are not going to have any objects. By default we are not going to have any objects. So at runtime the objects will be created. So very important point, at runtime the objects of string will be created. So I will take the examples also. So I will take, for example, s equal to Shiva, for example. So for this what happens? One object will be created, yes. Okay, then I am going to take some b equal to Ram, sorry, b equal to also Shiva. Now here b is also going to point to this one. Here we have to observe this one. But in the case of these two, what happens? Before only true and false are created. So if the different variables are going to hold the same type, it will point to same memory location. In int case, only the values up to 0 to 256. If you are going to use the repeatedly, those are going to refer to same memory location. But in we can say what, by default these strings are not going to create any objects. At runtime the objects are going to be created, and if you are going to have the same type of value once again, then it is also going to refer to same object. So I will show you the example. For example, Shiva. Okay, let us see. Here also I'm going to take Shiva. So S and B are same. Let us see. S is B or not. It is true. Okay, that means what? For string also, if the string is same, it may be any string. Remember that it may be any string. It not only Shiva, it may be any string. If both are same, it will be referred to. So it is advantage, very advantage. It is. Reason is why it is advantageous means, if you are going to fill an application, for example, I have given an application to be filled by all Hyderabad people, for example, all Hyderabad people, for example, or population. Now here what happens? I will give you an application form to be filled. So in that application, what will be there? Name will be there. For example, father name is there, mother name is there, and some phone number is there, and also, for example, address is there. Okay, so address they will write something, city also is there after this one. So what happens if I give the same application form to the people who are in Hyderabad? Everybody will write what? City as Hyderabad only. That means one object will be created which is named as Hyderabad, and those who are ready, for example, the person X has filled this one. So what is the city of X? Hyderabad. So he will point to this one. So first time Hyderabad will be created in this way. Next, whenever Y is also filling the city name as Hyderabad, so first it will check whether the object is present or not. Is the object named Hyderabad is present or not? It is present. So automatically Y is also pointing to this one. For example, if anybody writes HYD, is this Hyderabad and HYD is same? Generally, we know it is same. Shortcut of Hyderabad is HYD, but our computer will not consider these two as same. Then what it will do? HYD will be taken. 1 minute. HYD will be taken one more object, and it will be pointed by some Z. Z has written in this way. If anybody is going to write the city name as HYD, all those members are going to point to this one. If anybody people are going to write, for example, 1 lakh applications are filled. 1 lakh applications are filled. 90,000 people has filled the city name as Hyderabad. Only some 10,000 people has filled the his city name, his or her city name as HYD. Then what happens? How many objects are created here? Only 2 objects. That means what? We are going to utilize the memory very effectively. But if this concept is not there, reusability concept is not there, then what happens? For example, if it is not there, let us think it is not there. Then what happens means, for X, for Hyderabad, 1 memory location is created. For Y, 1 location. For Z person, 1 memory location, and so on. For city only, for city, for 1 lakh people, how many objects are going to be created? 1 lakh objects if reusability is not there. Okay, if reusability is not there. But for our strings, are we having reusability or not? Yes. So what happens? The memory utilization is going to be increased, and the memory we are using is what? Very low. That means what? Memory utilize, we can consider it as a memory utilization is very high here. Okay. So finally, I want to discuss briefly about all the uh, data types regarding immutability. Here you have to observe one thing. Immutability means what? Once if you are going to create any object, if you are going to, for example, I have created a object for 10. So if I'm going to change the value of a as 15, here the value is not going to be modified. It is we are going to create a new object, that is called as immutability. After discussing immutability, we have discussed what? We have discussed about reusing of object. Okay, right. So I will talk about int type values first. So before going to start the program, the objects from 0 to 256 integer objects will be created. Up to where? 0 to 256 integer objects will be created. Okay, next, if you are going to consider boolean type, initially two objects are going to be created for boolean type. Those are nothing but what? True and false. Next, if you are going to consider str type, that is string type, at runtime the objects will be created. At starting of the programs, it is not going to be created. At runtime, it is going to be created, because these are known things before only, but you don't know which type of string you are going to take. Okay, so the string objects is going to be taken at runtime. If we are going to write same type of string, then what happens? Automatically, though all the references are going to point to only one memory location. Okay, next, so finally we have to discuss about what? Float and complex. For float and complex, every time the new object will be created. That means what? Reusability of the objects is not applicable. Reason is what? If you are going to consider, for example, 0 to 1, 0 to 1 value, how many values can be taken in floating point? 0.00001 can be taken, 0.0002 can be taken, infinite number of values can be taken. So reusability concept is not applicable for float and complex. Okay, this is about reusability concept and also immutability concept. So I want to show you about some strings, so you will get a clarity. A equal to, for example, I am going to take HYD. Okay, next, B equal to, I am going to take HYD. So here what happens? Automatically we can understand that A is B or not? Yes, A is B, so it is true. But now what happens? I'm going, C is going to fill his application as HYD. Now I'm going to check A is C or not. Is it true? No, because what happens here? Here it is our it is what? Case sensitive. So here small h is there, here capital H is there. So here separate object is going to be created for this capital HYD, and some other object will be created for this small HYD. But if we consider small HYDs, all are same. Okay, right. So this is about. So here one point we have to observe is what? All fundamental data types are immutable. Okay, when coming to the reusability concept, for int type of values, that is integer values, only 0 to 256 values we can reuse, and those 0 to 256 objects are going to be created initially. So coming to the float type, in float we cannot we are not having the concept of reusability. So if you are going to create 10.0, one object will be created. 10.0, once again if you are going to create, what happens? Again separate object is going to be created. Next, come to complex. Complex also same as a float. Now come to boolean. So initially for boolean, two objects are going to be created before only. Okay, that means what? In starting of the program only. That is what? One is true and second one is object. If you're going to take a equal to true, automatically some object is present. So a is going to point to that particular object only. Finally, string. So initially for the string, no object is going to be created, but at runtime the objects are going to be created for strings. But if the same string is going to be taken by any other reference, then automatically it will be pointed to that same string. So as we have seen here, HYD, I have taken HYD here. So both are same. So automatically what happens? A is pointing to that object and B is also pointing to same object. But if you are going to change at least one character, the string will be changed. The HYD, this string is different, this string is different. So what happens? So if I consider A is C, the object address will be different. A's address is different, C address is different. Okay. So this is the concept of immutability and reusability of the objects.